is Sophie. I'll be taking y'all through a lower body workout today. I have with me some dumbbells. You guys can grab anything you want that you have back at home, or you can do body weight, that is also fine. And grab a mat or just find an open spot on the floor and we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to go straight into a march. We're going to alternate driving our knees up. We're going to move our arms along with our knees. The opposite arm is moving with the opposite knee. We want to try to drive that knee up. We're going to try to get that blood going through our body as we're starting off this exercise. And we're going to switch into a side step in 3, 2, and 1. With our side step, we're going to go to the right and to the left, and we're going to add a little kick behind us. We're going to try to drive that heel close to our glute as we step. And as we were doing this, we're going to reach our hands and bring them in as we lift our leg up. So reach, bring them in. We want to up the intensity, try to pick up that speed. If you want to lower the intensity, go ahead and just lower that speed. And we're going to switch into some high knees in 3, 2, and 1. With our high knees, we're going to drive our knees up right in front of us, and we're going to go at a faster pace. We can have our hands out right in front of us. If we want to lower intensity, we can go ahead and just stay on the ground and alternate our knees going up in front of our body. And we're going to go into some jumping jacks in 3, 2, and 1. Our jumping jacks are putting our arms and legs out, bringing them back in. If we want to lower intensity, we can go ahead and step to the side, bring it on in, go to the other side, bring it on in. You can take away that jump. After this, we're going to go into our first circuit. In this circuit, we're going to have 4 exercises, and we're going to go through them twice. We're going to go into that first exercise in 3, 2, and 1. We're going to grab our weights, and we're going to go right into a squat. With our squat, we can grab our weights and put it right here where our shoulders are. We're going to have our feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to sit back like we were in a chair, and we're going to sink in. We're going to bring it up. We want to avoid bringing that knee over our toe because that could lead into injury. So we want to sit back, and then we want to drive up through these heels. If you want a less intensity, you don't need those weights, and we can just do that body weight. And we can also just do a little half squat. But either way, make sure you're sinking back into that squat so we can avoid the knees going over the toes. Let's do a few more, and then we're going to go into an RDL next in 3, 2, and 1. Let's grab those dumbbells again. We're going to have our dumbbells right in front of us. We're going to have a slight bend at the knee, and we're going to have a slight bend here at the waist. We're going to have a straight back, straight upper back, straight lower back, and we're going to hinge right here at the hips, and we're going to go down, all the way down, and we're going to drive through our hamstrings and our glutes all the way back up. We're going to hinge at the hips, keep that back flat, use the hamstrings and your glutes to come all the way back up. Really focus on having that flat back. And you want to keep those hands close to your shins, close to your legs when you're bringing them down. Let's do a few more. We're going to go into a lunge. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, with our lunge, we're going to take a step forward. And we're gonna sink directly down into our lunge, and then we're gonna come back up. We can have our weights right next to us, and we can do the lunges. We're gonna step out, sink in, and then push up, drive through, push with use your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, step back, and then we're gonna do another one. We're gonna alternate. If you want less of intensity, let's put away those dumbbells, and we can have our hands out in front of us, or we can have it here on our hips. But we want to try to avoid bringing our knee over our toe, so that's why we want to sink down into our lunge and come straight back up. Let's do a few more, and then we're going to go straight into some calf raises. In 3, 2, and 1. With our calf raise, we're going to have our feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to drive through the balls of our feet, and we're going to go up and down. Our heels should be coming off the ground, then you lower them back down. Engage your calves the whole entire time, even while you're bringing yourself back down. If you want a higher intensity, you can grab those dumbbells, put them right here on your shoulders. You can do some more calf raises. And we're going to move on in 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. That's the end of our first round of that circuit. Y'all can get a little drink of water if you have some. And then we're going to go right back into some squats. We're going to grab our dumbbells again. We're going to have our feet shoulder width apart. And we're going to have those dumbbells sit on our shoulders. And we're going to go back. We're going to sink into that chair, drive all the way back up. And if you don't want the dumbbells for less intensity, we can just do it without it. For less intensity, you can also do the half squats. We're going to move on into our RDLs in 3, 2, and 1. Our RDLs, we're going to have slight bend at the knee, slight bend at that waist. We're going to have that flat back. We're going to hinge right here at the waist. We're going to bring it all the way down. Engage at those glutes and hamstrings. Bring it all the way back up. Bring it down. Come all the way back up. We don't have to do these with weights. If you want less of intensity, you just put those down. Just work on just going down with just your hands. I'm coming right back up. We're going to go into some lunges in 3, 2, and 1. We can grab our dumbbells again, and we're going to do our forward lunges. 1 foot in front, sink down, come back up, and switch. Remember to sink directly down and come back up so we don't have that knee go over our toe. If you want less of an intensity, we can put those dumbbells away and do it without. We can also do little just forward steps. We don't have to go all the way down. We can just step forward. And we're going to move into some calf raises in 3, 2, and 1. Calf raises. If you want higher intensity, you can put the dumbbells here on your shoulder. Lower intensity, you don't need the dumbbells. Either way, it's perfect. You could, you're going to drive your heels up off the ground and bring them back down. Up off the ground, bring them back down. And we're going to move on in 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Next, we're going to go into our second circuit. This circuit will be on the ground. So you all can get some water really fast, and then we're going to come and bring it onto the ground. We're going to be doing some outer and inner leg work, so our abductor and adductor work. And so we're going to lay on our sides. And so we're going to be going through 3 workouts, and we're going to go through them twice. So the first one is we're going to have our feet stacked right on top of each other, and you can have your hand here, put it on your waist, whatever you want to do. You can have and then your hand could be holding up your head, and then you're going to have the outer leg that's out. You're going to lift it up and bring it back down. Lift it up, bring it back down. This is working our outer thighs. These are our abductors. If you want a lower intensity, just lift them up a little bit. If you want a higher intensity, really control it, bringing it up higher and lowering it down. Slow it down when you bring it down. We're going to switch to our next exercise in 3, 2, and 1. With this leg, we're going to bring it across, and with our inner leg, we're now going to bring that one up. We're going to drive it up to the sky and back down. This will now work our inner thigh with that leg that's laying on the ground. We're going to bring it up and back down. Up and back down. This will be working our adductors. If for some reason these workouts do not work for being on the floor, these workouts will also be great for just standing. You can always stand and just raise your leg up. If you're holding on to a chair or even just balancing. And we're going to move on, switch to the other side in 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to go to this side. And we're going to do the same thing. We are going to raise that outside leg, and we're going to bring it up. We're going to be working that outer thigh. If you want a harder intensity, you can really slow it down when you bring it up high. Slowly bring it on down. Really challenge those muscles, controlling it back down. And we're going to switch in 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring that leg that we were just working on, cross it over. With this leg that's laying down, we're going to work the inner muscles, those adductor muscles, and we're going to raise them up in the ceiling. Raise that leg up. We're keeping that leg straight. Same thing with our outer leg. You really want to up the intensity, really work on controlling it down when you bring it down. Work on those muscles, controlling that leg all the way down. We're going to move on into glute bridges in 3, 2, and 1. With our glute bridge, we're going to lay down on our back. We're going to have our heels shoulder width apart, and we're going to have them down on the ground. We're going to lay back, and we're going to have our hands by our side, and we're going to drive through our heels using our glutes and our core and our hamstrings to push ourselves up into a bridge-like position, and then back down. Up and back down. If you want a higher intensity, you can grab a weight. You can put it right here, close to your hip, and do those glute bridges. we're gonna switch in 3, 2, and 1. All right, that was the end of that first round. We're going to do that all one more time. Again, you can get a quick drink of water, and then we're gonna get right back into it. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go back onto that side, and we're gonna work on those outer and inner muscles of our legs. So let's start on our sides. We're gonna raise our leg up and down. Really try to control it, coming all the way back down. Try to avoid letting your leg just swing down. Use those muscles to bring it on slowly down. We're going to switch in 3, 2, and 1. Grab that leg, cross it over, bring this leg right here, and we're going to raise it. So work our inner muscles, inner thigh muscles. Same thing, really control it coming down. And we're going to switch to the other side in 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. We're going to lay on the other side, feet stacked on top of each other, and go ahead and raise that outside leg. Try hard to keep that leg down still while you're doing it. And we're going to switch in 3, 2, and 1. We're going to put that foot crossed over, and we're going to raise this one up and bring it on back down. Working that inner thigh muscle now. Nice job, y'all. We're almost done. We have to get those glute bridges in one more time, so we're going to do that after this. In 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to lay on our backs, and we're going to have our feet shoulder width apart, heels down with the ground. We're going to have our back down, hands by our sides, and we're going to drive through our heels using our glutes, core, hamstrings, all the way up and back down. Bridge up, back down. Once again, you can use a dumbbell. Go up and down. We'll do a few more of these, and then we're going to do a couple of core workouts. And we're going to move on in 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay, next, we're going to stay on the ground. We're going to be seated, and we're going to do a Russian twist. With our Russian twist, we can go without a weight, and we can just twist, and we're going to use our whole core, and we're going to twist to the side. We're going to have our feet up, and we're going to switch to each side. And for a higher intensity, you can use a weight, one dumbbell, you can hold on the sides, and then you can bring it on to you can twist to each side along with it. So we're going to do that, and then we'll move on. If you want a lower intensity, you can always bring those feet down and just really work on twisting your core. And we're going to move on in 3, 2, and 1. We're now going to go into a bird dog. with a bird dog, we're in a tabletop-like position. We're going to have our hands down and our knees down. And we're going to have our head facing down at the ground. And we're going to reach out with our right arm, and we're going to have our left leg out. And then we're going to bring it on down. We're going to engage our lower back muscles and our core the whole time while we're doing this exercise to keep our balance and while we're switching each side. So it's always opposite arm to opposite leg. And we're just going to alternate. We want a higher intensity. We can go ahead and add a little crunch to it. So we're going to come in, use that core muscle, use those core muscles right here. Crunch in, then bring it on down. We're going to move on into a plank in 3, 2, and 1. All right. With our plank, we are going to put our arms down, and we're going to have a completely flat back, and we're going to hold ourselves up with all of our core, and we're going to have a completely flat body as we are doing our plank. If you don't want to have your arms down on the floor, you could also do a high plank if you'd like. You can just have your hands down at the ground, have that flat back, and then keep yourself up. If you like a lower intensity, you can go ahead and hold a plank on your knees, have a flat back, engage that core, and hold it like this. Let's hold that plank just for a few more seconds. Just a few more seconds and then we'll be done. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, now we're going to do our cool down. So let's go ahead and let's lie down. And we're going to do a nice hamstring stretch. We're going to lay one leg down, bring one leg up. We're going to lace our fingers together, raise our leg up, and we're going to pull it back slightly till we feel a light stretch here in our hamstrings. We're going to switch in 3, 2, and 1. Lace your fingers together, bring that straight leg up so you feel that slight stretch in your hamstring right here. And then we're going to sit up in 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg down. Let's go ahead and sit up. And we're going to do a little glute stretch. We're going to lay one leg down, bring the other leg over, and we're going to twist. We're going to push. I'm going to push my right leg, and I'm going to twist over to the right side. So my right leg is over my left leg, and I'm going to push that right leg, and I'm twisting to the right side so I can feel a stretch here in my outer legs and in my glutes. Another way to do this is if you just want to grab your leg and hug it in close to you. And we're going to switch in 3, 2, and 1. We're going to put the left leg now over, and we're going to turn to the left, push that left leg slightly so we feel a stretch. And as we're twisting, it helps also to stretch our core, to stretch our obliques. Once again, you can also hug your leg. We're going to switch, and we're going to move on in 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go into a butterfly stretch. And we're going to move on in 3, 2, and 1. We're going to now bring it on up into a mountain pose. And with our mountain pose, we're going to start driving our heels down one at a time to the ground to stretch our calves. And now let's go ahead, walk it on up. And we're gonna grab one ankle at a time. We're gonna stretch our quads. Grab our ankle, pull it slightly back, have our heel towards our glute, and we're gonna feel a nice stretch right here. We're gonna keep balance on this left leg. And we're gonna hold it, and we're gonna switch in 3, 2, and 1. Put that right leg down. We're going to grab our left leg, grab it by the ankle, try to drive that left heel close to your glute. Feel that stretch in your quad. We're going to hold it. Alright, go ahead and put it down. Take one deep breath. And that is all. Thank you all so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.